We are at London Heathrow in Xplane today, which I gotta be honest, looks. I don't know how it looks. Do not know how. I do not know how it looks when the stand's over here. Gotta be honest, I don't really know how I'm feeling about Xplane. It does very much look 2010s like. Then again, this here's default airport, so I don't know. But I will tell you what, for default, it's pretty damn good compared to Microsoft. Pretty damn good compared to Microsoft. Anyway, we are here at Heathrow, and we're gonna do a flight from Heathrow to Frankfurt, and we're gonna try to work out some of the kinks that I have with Xplane, and hopefully some of y'all are gonna help us out with it because yeah, I have a few little kinks and quirks. There's a few kinks that are kind of becoming annoying. One of them is actually with the camera, so actually let's work on that now. Keyboard. Let's see here. Laminar? Nope. Will not be in there. Operation. Uh-oh. Navigation. Nope. Okay. Oh dear. This might turn out bad. Where is it? Essentials. Currently assigned. Aha. Operation. Let's see here. Looking for the controls. So, oh. Welcome Boeing 5. How you doing there, mate? Don't warn everyone now. This is kind of gonna be a lot of me just faffing about, looking for controls if this doesn't speed up. If I can't find where all these things are. No clue actually. It should be in keyword, but I'm not seeing it here. Aha! Views. So actually the shift views are fine, kind of. Let's see here. So internal, I want to move. Move up here. Tell you what, actually, let's just get rid of all these stupid view buttons. Because I don't need them. A lot of these view buttons I do not need. gonna warn everyone now. It's gonna be a boring stream. Well, it'll be interesting for those who don't know Xplane, like me. Let's see here. So what I'm thinking we'll do is alright. Internal. Well, is there a way to what's the button to switch? Actually, I don't know if there's a button to switch. So they say shift 4. So shift 4, that's this one. Yes, it is. Right. So shift 4, need that to be end. So shift 4. Okay. Internal. Ooh, that's gonna be slightly annoying. What? Shift end. Okay, that does it better. Okay. So end gets us in this view here. Shift end gets us there. Alright. Alright. No, I think we're ready to begin setting up the aircraft for right now, at least. Or begin to do some of it. This year's the Level Up 737, which I've not flown yet. Ground surfaces, connect the ground power, set the chocks. Alright, let's go and get that ground power. And I'm gonna grab myself a cappuccino. Go ahead and get that on. Emergency lights to arm. Alright, and then this here's the control I need to fix. Stick this here's on the yoke. So, okay, to 22. Okay, yeah, so 22 needs to be up. Here. Let's send her to something stupid right now. Okay, this here needs to be landing gear up. And then landing gear down. There we go. There we go. So my gear lever. There we go. Alright, now these throttles. Okay, I did find. I think I did work out my settings with the screens, by the way, which was an issue. Well, you guys actually don't recall this. That was an issue I had when I was doing some testing. So full disclosure, this will be my second flight in Xplane. And of course, someone wants to come say hi. Do you want to get up here? Yeah, you can get up here. Alright. So, yeah, when it comes to the throttles, I have this weird feeling that we may or may not have to wait until the engines are started and burn a bunch of extra fuel. So, yeah, we'll take a look at that in a moment in order to get these throttles running. But yeah, that throttle's not working. So what do I have for the wing control? Okay, what do I have for that? It's linear. So it's a beta reverse detent. Okay. What? I'm just confused on why that's not working. Why is that not working then? Wait, what? Okay, where's the phone at? It's one of them dead. Alright, I'm gonna open up snipping tool here for a second. I want to verify, but there's precisely no difference. Okay, throttle 1, throttle 2, good. Right, so we can agree that so far that's the same. You guys gotta tell me if I'm missing something here. Okay, so throttle 1 looks like this. Going to snipping tool this. I'm sorry, I might obstruct chat for a second. Just so I can do this. Okay. I'm going over to throttle 2. Okay. So, 21.17, yes. Oh, wait. I think I see the issue. It's, yeah, full reverse, and then it should be... Yeah, can we just go ahead and switch over? Yeah. Wait, damn it. Did the wrong thing there. Did the wrong thing there. Alright. Beta. Alright. So yeah, I don't need all of these though. So I can get rid of that. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Why is it being weird? So, full reverse, beta, crossover point, then we go to idle. At least on this one here. Oh wait, it might be this. So, just that one. Why did that one delete the alpha one? Why? There we go. There we go. By the way, if anyone is willing to help me out here and Google this stuff and tell me if I'm doing anything wrong, anyone, anyone who is in chat, if you would be willing to help me out here. Hey, Fry, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard this British Airways 737-800. We're gonna try to go from Heathrow to Frankfurt today. Though I don't. That's like the bare minimum. That's like the bare minimum we're gonna aim for today. All right. So now that I have these done, I just need to map these. So full reverse. Actually, you know, for this part, having the detents on is actually somewhat helpful. Okay. Beta crossover point. About there. Okay. Then idle. I heard that USB disconnect. And idle can go there. And then, yeah. Okay. How does that look now? Shut up, stupid alarms. Okay, there we go. Then I can go reverse. Okay. Alright. Well, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, we might have to wait until the engines are started in order to fix some of these issues, and I'll go ahead and tell us in brief in a moment to give us extra fuel. Just so we can test these out. But I feel like these reversers should be going all the way back, but I don't know. Parking brake not working, and neither are these fuel cutoff switches. Great. At least the speed brake is working for the flaps. The flaps are working the best we got. So, all right. Let's see. On the meantime, well, let's do what we can now. Why are these like this? I feel like these should be like on or off situation. Why is that a fucking slider? For Fry, maybe you can help me out, because I feel like that should not be a slider. I feel like that should be either cut off or on. Idle. Maybe there's a setting in here. Settings. General config, is it? Would it be in general config? I know that PNG has it kind of like this. You don't know. Oh dear. I think I have the nose wheel steering working. Okay, I got the yoke working. Oh, that is something that's different. Yeah, but even with the PNGs though, I feel like the PNGs. Man, I know that the PNGs are like on or off. So, let's see. Toxin startup, yeah. Oh no, don't need that. Global units, kilos. We'll go HPA for that. Okay. Ground power. Okay. Check with a simple. Okay. That's okay. I think the captains, so you don't have to keep resetting it. No, this year's a Zevo. Or sorry, no, this year's level up. So this is not Microsoft Flight Sim. This year is this year's Xplane. So we are in a 737 though, a 737-800 though. If that helps you out. And the frames are looking pretty damn solid. I mean, 43 right now. No, that didn't really help me out, actually. Alright, variants, systems. We don't really need a cell cal. Right. Okay, engine start switches. I don't know. Let's see. No smoking. You know, actually, there's a movement here to make no smoking, no electronic devices. Yaw dampener gauge, yeah, that's fine. Flight deck, cam, yes. You can make that digital. Let's see here. Clock variant. I'll go with that one. Switches. There we go. There we go. And there's a horn cutoff for when I inevitably forget to set the packs. Alright. Give me 1 second, let me grab some tea. Yeah, the bloody kettle boiled over. I think I filled up the kettle a bit too much because it did ever so slightly boil over. Okay. So what we need to do is I need to arm the ground spoilers. Okay, so in terms of controls, let me make a list before I forget. Alright, so in terms of controls, what I need to do is fuel cutoff switches. We need speed brakes. So you need to arm those. We need to deal with parking. We need to deal with trim, because trim is a massive part. Oh, nice, nice. Fry, if you would like special training for me, feel free to ask. Actually, I don't know if I don't know what my plan is for tomorrow night. Okay, and then we need the radio panel's not going to be touched because we're not flying on VATSIM today. It's trim. Okay, you need to deal with that, and then tiller, I believe, also needs to be dealt with. Okay. Yeah. There's someone else who I can send you though. Another guy who is actually a 777 pilot in real life. In case you're curious. Or of course, I'm developing my own 777 guide. So if you wanna just kind of wait for that, which I should really work on more tomorrow, but not going to. All right. Let's map the list that I have here. Also, actually, there's this thing. I'm curious. This thing does not have a printer. If anyone who knows the flight factor, I don't know if that thing has a printer in it, but it should. Okay. What's this? What is this? Turn it off. Alright, let's take a look here. So we need... what's that button? There, 2. So that's button 0 and button 1. Okay, fuel cutoff switches. What's fuel pump for engine 1? I don't know if it is that, but we'll take a look. Okay, and then fuel pump. Fuel pump for engine 1 off. Does that do it? No, that doesn't. That doesn't do it. This thing's in the PM2G. I also had an issue mapping, and I just didn't map it in the end. To hit what? Developer? Log viewer, maybe. Nope. Developer, maybe. Yeah. Let's see. And this is an area where I had an issue with the, yeah, let's see here. Cutoff. Maybe if I were to search for cutoff. It might be under mixture. Let's see if it's under mixture. So, engine mixture 1 to cut off. So if I were to do, if that were to go up. Aha! Aha! I found it. Found it. So, engine 1 mixture. So this will be engine 1 mixture idle. Okay, and then engine 1 mixture cutoff. Ooh, yay. That's something that I do not have in MSFS. And wait until we start. Well, wait. We do also have to finish dealing with the throttles, which might take us an extra minute, but I want to wait until we have the engine started for that. Alright, and then, yeah, so these are going to be the same. So, 2 to engine, 2 mixture, idle, and then 3 to engine mixture cutoff. Yay! Another way, these fuel switches on the wing throttle are actually like they're like really nice because right. So I can move them all in one right here, right? But they won't budge. You have to do is you have to lift them up. So I don't know if you're paying attention to throttle cam. Right, you actually have to lift them up and then move them. They're the same way in the real aircraft, which is nice. Alright, we'll leave those there for right now. So that's fuel cutoff done. We need to now deal with the arming of the speed brakes, which might be a little interesting because, yeah, it might be a little interesting. No, actually, no, not. It shouldn't be that interesting. Let's see here. So, speed brakes. So that'll be button 38. Arm. Speed brakes. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I forgot. What I might need to do. That might be a slide issue actually. Cause it is a D10, ain't it? It's actually a D10. Okay, what I'll do then is I'll add a tiny little dead zone, I think. That's what I'll do is I'll add a tiny little dead zone. Okay, so that's... First off, I'd prefer that's linear. But then I also want to add like a tiny little dead zone. Here. Add like a tiny little dead zone. So how about that bunch of dead zone? And then go a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, I'll add a tiny little dead zone. Right, so now theoretically, when you go to arm these, it won't interfere, so that's a tiny little dead zone right there. So, it won't do anything. Alright, let's see here. Speed brakes. Um. Wait, what? Is that? Please don't tell me that's the only one. I mean, I even figured this out in the sheet. So. No, I'm not that much. I'm not that stupid. This is this year is the level up 737, and I do have the Zebo installed. I think. Um. Let's see here. Speed brakes. Actually, they're not called ground spoilers in this, are they? They're what else could they be called? Well, officially they should be ground. Officially they are like ground spoilers, but they're not called ground spoilers, are they? Here, when it's in flight controls. Basics. No. Well, actually, it might be in basics. Speed brakes. What else could they be called? Anyone know? For the ground spoilers? Anyone have any ideas? Because the ground, they're officially they're ground spoilers, right? At least officially that is that like what they're called? Let's see. Might have to send James a message. James, the one who got me into Xplane, by the way. So if you hear me cussing out his name a bunch of times, that's why. All right. You know, I'm tempted not to do anything then with the ground spoilers. I mean, I know I won't be following like official proper procedure, but I don't really know what else to do. Yes, yeah. Oh, I can. I'm not seeing anything. Spoilers. Yeah. Yeah, this is something I just figured out how to do on the PMDG as well. Alright, in that case, I'll just ignore it for right now then. Or does that do nothing? Alright. Just time to set the parking brake. It's parking brake. Set parking brake. Release parking brake. That should be that done now. Wait, what? Is that not? Why is that not doing it? That's weird. Oh wait, what? Is it doing it now? That's weird. Maybe, let's see. Hardware. Maybe there's a setting in here for this. Guard it, okay. But I don't have SAM installed. Jetway power, no. Okay, external payload. Sync hardware. We'll take a look at that once we actually push. The only thing I'm seeing here is okay. Now these. I just love how you cannot see these. Oh, you can't see the rudder. Where's the light? Where are the lights? Where are the lights in this thing? Lights. Should be a button for, or there should be a switch somewhere for like dome lights or something. I think they're down here. I think. Alright, so this year's what I've been told to be the best freeware aircraft for Xplane. Okay. And I'm not usually a 737 guy. I mean, I know how to fly one. I know how to fly the PNTG one, but I would not call myself by any means anyone who should listen to with how to fly a 737. So there are things with the 737 that I should absolutely know, right, that I'm just not used to. Such as the lights. There's some lights. Yeah, I don't know where these lights are, but I kinda need to, just for the sake of being able to deal with rudders. Alright, in that case, we'll deal with the rudders in a moment then. Alright, so rudder. Oh, you know, first let me finish processing my tea real quickly. Stand by 1 second. Just give me 30 seconds or so. Not sure what version of Vulcan you might have. If you don't have the latest one, you can get them. I don't know if YouTube chat allows for links. very milky tea. All right, let's see. So, nope, wrong thing. Well, let's quickly deal with the nose wheel steering because that'll take 5 seconds. But yeah, I thought I already mapped it. All right, this should be yaw, and then the toe brakes. Once again, some of the stuff I might have to okay, but if you want to send me that link in Discord, just search Ryan FS and I can send you a direct message. Why can I not see the rudder pedals? It's as if they never rendered it. If I'm not mistaken, anyway. I'll deal with it later. Alright. So, in terms of our little list that I had somewhere, I think we're at the point now where we're good to begin setting up the aircraft. So, alright. Let me just open up Discord so I can read those messages. Alright. So, let's go ahead and make our way over to Frankfurt then, shall we? So, I do know that unfortunately for Xplane, not every aircraft has SimBrief built in. And so you kind of have to load everything manually. So I have to... Well, first off, hopefully we can get this thing set up within a few moments. Get those two in line then. Alright. Let me just go ahead and make my SimBrief flight plan. 36 Romeo. We're not flying on VATSIM, so the call sign kind of doesn't really matter, but we'll go aeronaut anyway. Let's see. Depart Heathrow, bound for Frankfurt. And we are flying the 7... Yeah, okay. 37800. Yeah. Is there like an ever so slightly extended route? No, we'll go with the first one they gave us. Now for fuel, I just want to add in a little extra fuel for us to deal with extra things. Give me an extra. Go half ton. I may or may not live to regret that. Now let's go ahead and get up SimBrief downloader. And oh, it already did. Yeah. So Avi tablet root. Heathrow. And to Lima 6 to Lima 9er. Yeah, that's okay. Conan. That is not the same route. That is not the same route. Let's see then. It might have to do in here. Okay, posit and it. Yeah, next page. Copy that over. Route. Request. Will it find it? That's a question. Let's see. So it's origin is Heathrow. Destination Frankfurt. Going to, or sorry, call sign is X-ray November Oscar 36 Romeo. Let's see if it can find it now. I don't think it will. It might. No. So I didn't find it. That is one thing that I do have to get used to. Abby, it is an Abby tablet. Routes load. Aha. Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for that. I found it. Will it get it now? Maybe. Thanks for that. So the QNH 1001. Why is it not switching over? Why is it not switching over? No, it still didn't get it. Still didn't get it. What? Why does this thing feel broken? Is that loading coming to us? No. Okay, why does this thing feel broken? Is the question I have, because okay, you guys clearly saw the change there. You guys clearly saw the change. Wait, no. There we go. There we go. Alright, QNH 1001. Sorry, no, it isn't. 9 or 901. Don't know why I thought it was 1001. 9 or 901. Okay, that feels so much better than the PNG. Once you get it working. Alright. Now, if only we can get this route. How did I do that, Fry? I looked for it and I kind of gave up on it. Unless I'm just being a complete idiot on where it is. Actually, visibility I can see just fine, actually. It might. Oh, it's up here in it. Aha! There it is. Well, that does actually help. In terms of toe brakes, that's still I still can't see the toe brakes. So I don't know how to move a little, but I think it's fine now. So all right, let's try to get this route. Great. And of course I just went in and demapped all the extra stuff I don't need. It's fine for right now. It's fine for right now. I mean, it's up there, so. That said, that actually looks really good. Does this thing have a fully modeled cabin? Wow. This really is good. Alright. Let's continue getting the aircraft set up. Route. Load in. Here, I wonder if I have to do it through this. Kernel config. Simbrief exports them as FMS, right? I think they do anyway. Let's look. Yeah, watch that have been the issue. Watch that have been the entire issue. Nope. Nope. We might have to put everything in manually. That'll be annoying. Yep, that'll be really annoying if I have to put it in manually. Wait, restart Xplane for changes? You've got to be shitting me. You've got to be shitting me if I have to restart this. By the way, we've been at this an hour and we haven't even put in the route. Yeah, this will be the only flight we get to the next plane for tonight, which is actually fine. Oh, maybe that's thinking that's fine. All right. Where do I get the? I know you do it through Avi. I know I did it through Avi Tablet last time, but it's not doing it now. By the way, Avi Tablet, I have found to be reasonably nice. Route. Load. Yes, can you load this route? Maybe someone with a bit more Xplane experience can help me out. So I kind of don't want to have to put it in my hand, but I might have to. What? What'd I just do? Oh, I think I saved the flight. I think that's what I did. Alright, put in that route. Maybe we can actually request it this. Maybe we can actually get it this time. Nope. Nope. Help. Menu. I don't want to fix. Don't want fixes. Why is this? Okay. Dead link. It's PDLC. Ooh, does this thing have CPDLC? Think I broke it. Think I broke it. Alright, in that case, let's go and restart Xplane real quickly because I think I might have broken something. Alright. Xplane doesn't take that long to load, by the way. It is actually better than Microsoft on that front. And if I don't like this, then what I'll do is I'll go buy the Flight Factor 772. Which actually I'm looking at doing anyway. Yeah, I will be buying that Flight Factor 772. Because that freaking love my triple. Oh, we're gonna get up in the air. If I can get the route in. No, yeah, Seb will tell you how the A300 went. How my first flight in that thing went. That's though I do need to begin to get a move on things. Because probably in like an hour. Actually, I might change it. I might change this out for a flight from Heathrow to Eddie. Because, yeah. Alright, new flight, Heathrow. Yep. Confirm, start flight. Yep. I might swap this out for Heathrow to Eddie instead. Instead, saying maybe a tad shorter. Don't want to go Heathrow to Manchester because I don't know the 737 that well. You can go Heathrow to Eddie maybe. If I can figure out how to load the route in. So I used the A330, the Aerogenesis one, and that thing absolutely sucked. I will not be flying the Aerogenesis A330 again. In fact, I'm gonna delete it. Probably in my next flight, which will be in. Wait, my next flight's gonna be back in Microsoft. Gonna probably do something with Grumpy here soon. Come on out. Yeah, probably do something with Grumpy here soonish. Maybe we'll do Heathrow to Gatwick. That would be it. No, I won't be that evil. Alright, ground services. Set shocks. Get that on. Batteries on. Emergency lights to arm. get those on. Alright. Doors, we can close all those. Start ground service. No, I don't need that. Pre-flight. Battery switch. Armed and closed, yes. Ground power on APU. Or sorry. Ground power. Good. IRS. Set those to nav. Yeah, having these checklists here is really nice. Voice recorder, don't touch that. Shit. Yeah, we should be closing this. But I think it's right behind the seat. Damn it. Damn it. I know the lock failed. You know what? Not gonna touch the door. Okay. Emergency equipment. Okay. Not gonna. Those are all way too advanced. Okay. Engine panel. Fine. You know what? This is all complex. Maybe I really should buy an one of the A320s. Maybe I should buy an A320 here soon. Flight plan request. See if this does it now. Kind of doubt it, but okay. Heathrow. Try if we can get this thing out of here within like the next few minutes. Taking longer than it took last time. Nope. Still didn't do it. Still didn't do it. Parking brake. Go. Okay, that can go simple. Guys might need to help me out here because, yeah. Okay, route load. There we go. I think, yeah, you can use some brief downloader to create a flight plan that can. Yeah, that's what I've done. That's what I've done. I put it in the flight plans folder. Right, so, you know, if I were to open up this, right? That's what I've done. That's what I've done. So I really, unless you have to put it in the actual aircraft folder. I think that's the correct one. Yeah, I think it's the correct one. No, it wouldn't be in there. plugins maybe. Yeah, I think that's what I've done anyway. Nope. Here, tell you what, maybe there's something that I need to... Maybe somebody downloaded the wrong one. A file that I couldn't use, maybe. View flight plan. Sim brief, now's really not a good time to feel ready to fail on me. There we go. Flight plan downloads. Aha. Zebo mod 737. Anything else for like Abby tablet or anything? Okay, well, if I'm gonna do this, let me quickly create a new flight plan. The fuel that I have on board the Wayfind. So if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna let's quickly try this again. Flight plan. Let's see, Zebo, because this is technically based on the Zebo. I have to drag and drop it. But that's what I've been doing. That's the weird thing. That's precisely what I've been doing. Aha, there we go. There we go. Load. There we go. That is so stupid right there. That is so stupid. Alright, we can activate that. Execute. How long until these iris are aligned? Probably not long. Doesn't say it there. I can say that they might already be ready. Speaking of the devil. Alright. In terms of the fuel. So for payload. Actually, I'll just look it up on my EFB here. So the wind is... Okay, I really need to optimize Chrome for being an EFB. Heathrow. Alright. So for Heathrow, QNH 90901. Mine are 901 on the QNH. Alright. Surface wind 09035, yes, that'll be 09 right then. And you're on the see, what are we on? We're on the YouTube 1 Juliet. Thank you. In that case, that'll be 06 as well for Eddie. Departure arrival. Is it just me, or is this like off? Wait, what? Yeah, it is off a little. This, okay, it's behaving like the EF or like the FMC of the triple. It's a little weird. Departure. 09 right on the util 1 Juliet. Okay. So do. Yeah, this thing's acting very much like the EFB of a, or like the FMC of a 777. Okay. At least this bottom part is. I don't know why. Alright, we can go ahead and get performance. Now I do believe we have to do our payload and everything manually. So let's see. Payload. Oh, first off, our fuel. Wait, what? Here, wonder if this will do it better. No, that won't. That probably won't. Alright. Let's see. Payload. So, according to SimBrief, here, I need to do a little math. So our zero fuel weight is going to be our payload total. Actually, you know, this is better. This year is better than the aircraft that I've had to deal with. So our payload total is going to be 18. Actually, 18 pounds or 18 kilos exactly. Why is this? Oh my, that's good. I'm happy I noticed that now, and not in like 10 minutes. These should be in kilos. I am an American, by the way, but I know when it comes to aircraft, I know kilos better than I know pounds. Fuel. There we go. So payload is going to be 18. Yeah, 18,000 kilos. Okay. And then then our cargo is going to be 4.1. Here. I love this here. It'll be 09 right. Yeah, it'll be 09 right. Oh, I didn't even realize they're 162 passengers, so should go evenly then. So wasn't they're all male? Sorry, ladies. Go 160 passengers total. Oh wait, I think it just, if I already put in a bullshit number, will it automatically do everything for me? It will. Yay! Do it 18 tons. So I don't actually have to. I don't have to do the math there. That's neat. All right. And then for fuel, so our zero. First off, our zero fuel weight is 60.2. What is that? Well, no, yeah, that'll be 61 actually. So then our fuel is 7.5. So that gives us our takeoff weight of in the margin that SimBrief has given me. So, all right, that's good. All right, let's go ahead and get an APU started, shall we? We need that. We can go ahead and get all those on. The temperature is 8. Oh, yeah, we definitely do not need de-icing. No de-icing needed. Thank God. Alright, TCAS. TARA. Squawk 2000, just so it doesn't miss it. Squawk 2000. Alright. So zero fuel weight, automatic. Our cost index according to SimBrief is 2.3. For in total for reserve fuel. Oh, I don't really know where to find that actually. Transition 6.0, that 6,000, that's fine. Actually, we can load that now. There we go. And then our cruising is actually going to be 320 actually. Alright, take off. Oh, first off, what are our flap settings we can take? We might need to do this in a few moments. That's 2. That's 10. 25, 40. Shut up. Flaps 10. Yeah, what I'll do is, actually, yeah, what I'll do at some point is I'll assign a custom curve. Yeah, I'll assign a custom curve at some point in the near future to this, and so we can go so we can do flaps 5 instead of 2, because let's face it, we don't no one really needs 2. Or having flaps 5 for takeoff is more important than having flaps 2 for getting a little more on the approach. And then I'll probably do. Then maybe I'll skip from 10 to. Actually, yeah. Actually 25. Maybe someone can tell me in chat. I have the same issue in the PNG. That's not an Xplane thing. Alright. So, okay, all that looks fine. It's a derated takeoff. It's takeoff 1. Why is that being... Okay. Select attempt 3-5. Three, 5, and then reference is 0-8, I believe. Yep. Can't do that. That's stupid. Alright, flaps 10. Trim will be 5.25. I never signed trim. It's fine. It's fine. I never signed trim. It's fine. Alright, and then our speeds are gonna be... I'm lazy. Anti-ice would be required if there was precipitation in the air, in the area. What's the dew point? 0.5, okay. Yeah, I can't do flaps 5 because I'm gonna be lazy right now. I want to get in the air and I want to assign the custom curve, but just my flaps. So I can do flaps 10. I can't do flaps 5. Damn it, we're on normal latency. Damn it, I forgot to change that setting. Shit. So it's taking you guys 30 seconds. It's taking the stream 30 seconds. Actually, what I might do in that case is I might repeat the stream. Damn it. Yeah. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna quickly go ahead and schedule another stream and adjust the latency settings appropriately, and then I'll stop streaming this one, and then we'll resume it on a different stream. Give me 30 seconds. I'll let everyone know when we're up. Read settings. So it is taking you guys a while to see stuff. Okay, it's up now. And that is a setting I need to change. There we go.